Here is another video on budgeting. We want to share two ideas that will help you improve your budgeting. The first is comparing and contrasting. The second is using visualizations. Let's begin with comparing and contrasting your numbers. Once you have a draft of your budget, review it for reasonableness before sending it to your property owner. This can be done in a number of ways. By comparing it to your historical, by looking at industry ratios, or reviewing the per unit costs. Your historical income statement will show each expense that can be presented as a percentage of the total income, or on a per unit basis. These expenses stay very similar from year to year as they are based on your strategy for business operations. You can use percentages in the budgeting process to make sure that your budget estimates are reasonable. Expenses should not vary by more than a few points. If they do, you might have something wrong. You can use the per unit amounts to compare properties that are similar but have a different number of units. In this example, we see that total expenses on a per unit basis appear reasonable. During our many years in multifamily development and management, visualizations have always been very impactful in ways that rows and columns of data can never be. Visualizing your data can clearly show that you have the correct assumptions used in your number that you use for your underlying budget. Since studies show that our minds retain only 10% of what we hear, but we can remember over 50% of what we see, graphs are a powerful tool for presenting financial information. Creating graphs can be very instructional by comparing the prior year numbers with your current year forecast. They can keep your team accountable because they will see what it takes to keep your budget on track. Here are some other examples that may be useful. Operating costs vary across markets, but are surprisingly similar within a geographic region. Have you accounted for the normal rental cycles in your budget? No one likes to move their Christmas tree, and school gets out in June. Prepare for your cycles and budget for them. As we refine the budgets and graphs and charts, they dramatically simplify our ability to focus on our numbers and to be proactive with rent increases or controlling expenses. Hopefully you've found something in this video that will assist you in your pursuit of a more effective budget.